Once again, it's on B Marsh Boxing, and we back at it with another one of those controversial decisions. I told y'all I'll be on my Dean for 2020 with my controversial decision series. Been quarantined in, you know what I mean, due to this COVID-19. So man, got time, you know what I'm saying. So let's get it popping, man. What we doing today? We're gonna talk about none other than a controversial decision that happened at 154 pounds between the champion Laurent Boundouani from France, okay? And he's defending his world title, I believe, on his second or maybe first, actually second title defense against Guillermo Jones, El Jefe from Panama, you know what I mean? And this fight occurred in 1998, okay? Very good fight right here. Laurent Boundini is a champion out of France, silver medalist in the 1988 Olympics. He lost in the gold medal fight versus Kenya's Robert Wangila. Rest in peace. 1988 gold medalist out of Kenya. You know what I mean? Kenya's only gold medalist when it comes to Olympic boxing. Became a pro. Rest in peace. Look him up if you don't know much about Robert Wangila. You know what I'm saying? But Laurent Boundini, man. Yeah, Laurent Boundini's the kind of guy who worked his way up, had a couple minor setbacks before he became a world champion, you know what I mean? Got his world title, I believe it was in France when he beat two-time WBA like middleweight champion of the world, Julio Cesar Vasquez, you know what I mean? Julio Cesar Vasquez is a guy who fought guys like Pernell Whitaker, Winky Wright, of course, Laurent Boundini. I mean, he was a good, formidable champion out of Argentina. Big, strong guy, you know what I mean? But so is Laurent Boundini, man. This guy's a big, tough guy out of France. I believe I think he was born in Algeria, or maybe he's a descendant of Algeria, you know what I mean? Just like guys like Zinedine Zidane, you know what I'm saying? These guys will really have African roots, you know what I mean? But France is so close to Algeria, just separated by the Mediterranean Sea. It's a lot of immigrants in France. France is just a multicultural country, anyways. You know what I mean? Got black people, white people. You got people come from Africa, like Tunisia and places like that, and Algeria. You know what I mean? Libya. You know what I'm saying? So and also, we got. I'm trying to think. There's some French countries, yeah, like thinking this is it in South America. Anyways, we're not gonna get into a geography lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about this controversial decisions. You know what I mean? Guillermo Jones, man. Guillermo Jones, man. This guy's about 6'4", 6'5". Think a 76-inch reach. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, he's towering over the man Laurent Boundini. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, this guy Guillermo Jones started his career as a 6'4" welterweight, and he ascended all the way. He finished his career at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? World champion at cruiserweight for like 4 years, from like 2008 till 2013. He was a WBA cruiserweight champion. You know what I'm saying? But this fight right here, man, this is his first world title attempt. I believe up until this point, he had only one loss, and that was by KO, a fight that he avenged. Can't remember the guy's name, but I know I've seen the guy fight that he got KO'd by. It was a guy that Nigel Benn also fought, you know what I mean? Um, and he really was going the distance, you know what I'm saying? I think he was 22-1 at this juncture of his career with like 19 or 20 KOs, you know what I mean? Really going the distance, you know what I'm saying? So this is his first world title attempt, and what a fight, you know what I'm saying? What a fight. Let's get into it, you know what I mean? Laurent Boundini, the champion. WBA champion versus the number one contender at the WBA, my man Guillermo Jones. You know what I mean? So in round one, as you can see, Guillermo Jones is jabbing Laurent's face off. You know what I mean? Throwing lead right hands by the man Guillermo Jones. Guillermo Jones is on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Using lateral movements. You know, still coming forward also and applying pressure. But he's just boxing beautifully. You know what I mean? This guy is keeping him at the end of the jab. You know what I'm saying? You see Laurent Boundouani is the one who's in retreat mode. You know what I'm saying? Boxing off the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Laurent Boundouani throws a left and right hook to the body. You know what I mean? And so does Jones. He counters him with the same exact punch, a left and right hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? Laurent Boundini's trying to get on the inside, but he has to figure out how to get past that jab. You know what I mean? Round one goes to Guillermo Jones. Round two, Laurent Boundouani is throwing left hooks, you know what I mean? But they're few and far in between. Guillermo Jones is using the jab, throwing the straight right hands. You know what I mean, keeping the man Laurent Boundouani at distance. Round three, double jab, straight right hand by the man Guillermo Jones. Um, Laurent Boundouani is going backwards, not really working, and actually he's staying at a distance that is perfect for the man Guillermo Jones to throw the jab and flush right hands. You know what I mean? He actually throws a beautiful 1-2 that snaps the man Laurent Boundini's head back. You know what I mean? Barrage of punches followed up by a nice 1-2 that hurts the man Laurent Boundini, and that was in round three. You know what I mean? So I got the man Boundouani. I keep calling him Boundini, excuse me. Boundouani. He's down 3 rounds to zip on my card, you know what I'm saying? You see how far he is, he hasn't figured out how to close the distance yet on the tall 6'5" guy with the tall, wiry frame, you know what I mean? You check it, this is a young Guillermo Jones, you know what I mean? Man was turned pro in 1993. This is 6 years after he turned pro, or 5 years, excuse me. I believe 1998. All right, so round four, Laurent Boundini's closing the distance now, you know what I mean? He's landing flush overhand rights, you know what I mean? Short punches, short left hooks on the inside, throwing combinations finally rather than throwing one punch at a time, you know what I mean? And all these combinations are set up by the jab. Now he's finally closing the distance with the jab and throwing a punch variation, and he's rocking Guillermo Jones in round four with combinations and left hooks, you know what I mean? Round five, Guillermo Jones is not as active. He's not pumping his stinging jab that he had percolating in the first 3 rounds. You know what I mean? And he looks like he's just basically pushing out his arms. You know what I mean? Pushing out the jab, not really committing to a strong, stiff jab. Laurent Boundouani is countering over the top with the right hand and short left hooks on the inside. That's a Boundouani round. So I've given Boundouani rounds 4 and 5 so far. Round six, Laurent Boundouani is applying pressure, swarming Guillermo Jones, winning in exchanges when Guillermo Jones is trying to hook with the hook on the inside. Guillermo Jones is now in the retreat mode. You know what I mean? Most of the round, he's on the back foot. You know what I mean? He does throw a nice uppercut, but not enough to win the round. Round six, I give it to Laurent Boundouani. Round seven, Guillermo Jones is back. Back dictating the pace, you know what I mean, with the jab, throwing a punch variation, combos, punch variation, you know what I mean, throwing left hooks to the body, straight right hands, doubling up the jab, you know what I mean, and going to the head and left hooks to the body. That was a nice combination. 1-2 to the head and the left hook to the body. Boundouani's is throwing 2 shots here and there, but not enough, and he's trying to get inside, throwing leaping left hooks. You know what I mean? And some of them are getting in, but just not enough to win the round. I gave that round to Guillermo Jones because he landed more punches, threw more and landed more. Round eight, Guillermo Jones is landing combinations, straight right hands behind the jab. Uh, what's his name? Laurent Boundini's doing dirty tricks now. You know what I mean? I realized he's a dirty fighter. I've seen this guy fight before against guys like like David Reed. I didn't see too many dirty tactics from him. Even Terry Norris when he fought Terry Norris in Paris, you know what I mean? An old washed faded Terry Norris. Wasn't doing no dirty tactics, but I think this guy's dimensions and his will were breaking the man and frustrating the man, Guillermo Jones. I'm sorry, Laurent Boundouani. You know what I mean? Laurent Boundouani on a clinch decided to throw three shoulders to the man Guillermo Jones' chin. You know what I mean? Didn't get no points deducted. Did get a warning from the referee, but I thought that was a very dirty tactic. You know what I'm saying? Guillermo Jones is, he's comfortably, outboxing the man, and he's throwing nice combinations. Jab to the head, and then a nice straight right hand to the stomach, Floyd Mayweather style. You know what I mean? Laurent Boundouani throws a nice flurry, trying to steal the round, but not enough to steal the round. Round 9 looks like Guillermo Jones gets a second wind. You know what I mean? And he's boxing on his toes and boxing beautifully, you know what I'm saying? Using lateral movement, jab, straight right hand to the head. You know what I mean? Beautiful 1-2s, keeping him at distance, keeping the man Laurent Boundouani at bay. Laurent Boundouani again gets frustrated. Guess what he does? He throws a low blow. You know what I mean? In round 9. Dirty tactics already in round 8 and 9. He's not trying to lose his world title, you know what I'm saying? And remember, this is 1998, and this guy was a silver medalist in 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. You know what I mean? So he ain't trying to let go of his trinket. So he's gonna do anything by all means necessary to retain his title. Round 10 was a close round. It could have gone either way. Laurent Boudini's those left hooks and straight right hands, you know what I mean? Closing the distance. Those were nice combinations. Reminded me something like era when he fought Prince Nassim. You know what I mean? To get on the inside, throw a nice left hook and a straight right hand. Before you know it, you're up close and personal with your opponent. And that's what the man Laurent Boundouani was doing in round 10. Guillermo Jones is no longer on his toes, you know what I mean? He's now actually he's a flat-footed fighter at this juncture of the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's still coming forward though. You know what I mean? Going toe to toe with the man Laurent Boundouani. Boundouani's now retreating, going backwards because this guy's walking, stepping up to him like Frankenstein throwing, and Boundini's throwing one punch at a time. Clean and effective shots, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I thought Boundouani was throwing the more effective hard punches in that round, you know what I mean? So I had to give that round to Laurent Boundouani. Round 11, Guillermo Jones still applying pressure. Boundouani's throwing the leaping left hooks. You know what I mean? It was a close round, you know what I mean? Guillermo Jones, though, was throwing punches, you know what I mean? No matter what kind of momentum that the man Boundouani thought he was getting with his leaping left hooks and trying to put his punches together, the man Guillermo Jones was just coming forward, stalking his opponent and countering him, you know what I mean? Close round. Round 12 was another close round, you know what I'm saying? Guillermo Jones is throwing combinations from the outside and he clinches every single time Boundouani closes the distance and tries to get on the inside, you know what I mean? Quick snapping 1-2s by the man Laurent Boundouani. Anytime, like I said, even in round 11, that's why it's a tough round 11 and 12 are tough rounds to score because anytime Laurent Boundouani gained momentum, Guillermo Jones comes back throwing more shots, you know what I mean? He wasn't on the retreat mode, he was coming forward, you know what I mean? So I call that effective aggressiveness as well, you know what I mean? So this was a good fight, man. Very good fight right here, you know what I'm saying? These guys, a Panamanian versus a Frenchman. You know, Guillermo Jones is attempting to be the first junior middleweight champion from Panama since Roberto Duran in 1980. Was it 84? And what's his name is even here at the fight. Roberto Duran is live in attendance at the fight. This fight was on the Johnny Tapia undercard in New Mexico. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, this was a close fight, man, and I had this fight 7 rounds to 5. Okay, I had it 7 rounds to 5. I gave 2 swing rounds to the man Laurent Boundouani. You know what I mean? You check it, and that was rounds 10 and 11. You know what I'm saying? I gave those grounds to the man Boundouani. You know what I mean? So if I didn't give him them swing rounds, man, I probably would have had this fight 8 rounds to 4. You know what I mean? I thought that the man Guillermo Jones clearly won this fight. You know, close fight, but I thought he clearly won the fight. You know what I mean? And the judges had it 115, 114 for Guillermo Jones. Another judge had it, I think, 115, 113. And one judge had it 114, 114, a draw. You know what I'm saying? So they had this fight a draw. I had it 7 rounds to 5. And like I said, I tried to give the benefit of the doubt, swing rounds to the man Boundouani. And still he lost on my card. You know what I mean? I gave Guillermo Jones rounds 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 12. I gave Boundouani rounds 4, 5, 6, 10, and 11. You know what I mean? Very disappointed how this particular fight ended, and only person who was happy how this fight ended was Laurent Boundouani. You could actually see when they called it a draw, he actually had a smile on his face. He was quite relieved. You know what I'm saying? Reminded me something of like Triple G versus Cannoli in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? A fight that I had a draw. When they called it a draw, what did Triple G say? Hey man, at least I still have my belt. I still have my belt. It looked like Triple G was just happy enough to retain his belt, whether it's by a draw or a win. You know what I mean? A draw was fine with him. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Tyson Fury, he wasn't happy with his draw in the first fight with the man Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? And neither was Wilder. You check it. So it was a very good fight. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that the right man didn't win this fight, or at least it shouldn't have been a draw. You know what I'm saying? I thought Boundouani lost his world title tonight on this particular fight versus Guillermo Jones. You know what I mean? And Guillermo Jones, you know, to me, Guillermo Jones has only should only have one loss on his resume. Every single fight I've seen the guy lose, and he has like four or maybe four, maybe three losses in his life. You know what I mean? Um, You know, I thought he beat Cunningham. I thought he beat Johnny Nelson clearly. And I had him beating Bundwani twice, you know what I mean? Because they did a rematch, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? They did a rematch. And I thought that the man, Guillermo Jones, won the rematch as well, you know what I mean? So, only fight that I've had, he beat Dennis Lebedev, you know what I'm saying? The only fight that I do have him losing is the fight that he got KO'd, that he avenged the loss, you know what I mean? You know, and they tried to do him dirty over there in Russia. He beat the hell up out of Lebedev, and then they took the fight away from him and said that the man had tested positive for a bad substance. Even though the WBA did an investigation and they found out that these people in Russia, they do manipulate drug testing scores, you know what I mean? And that's what they tried to do for the man Lebedev. And they took the victory away from him, and they were supposed to do a rematch. Rematch never happened, and Guillermo Jones, man, had a tough career, man, but to me was a great fighter, a freak of nature. You know what I mean? A guy who started at welterweight at 6'4" and went all the way up to cruiserweight. Great fighter in my opinion, and I'll forever be a fan of Guillermo Jones from Panama. You know what I mean? El Jefe. And Laurent Boundouani was a good fighter, you know what I mean? He got up out the game on his last loss, his last fight of his career versus David Reed. That's how David Reed, the 1996 gold medal Olympian, became a world champion, and the rest is history when he fought Tito Trinidad. I don't even got to speak too much about that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what you guys think about this particular fight. Um, as a matter of fact, let me let you guys hear the scoring. You know what I mean? They took a while to give the scores. You check it. So,
trying to save this round because it could mean the difference between a championship and that, and he's coming on with everything he's got. The difference is that Jones keeps coming back.
Boudouani knows that he needs to close the show out here. You see this right hand and the
These kind of fights that close is very, very, very strange.
I'm making a clean sweep from the.
Look at Boundouani's eye. Man got his eye closed by Guillermo Jones, you know what I mean?
Grab a championship belt away. It takes an awful lot in the eyes of the judges. You just never know what's going on in their minds. And it's taking a long time to collect the cards.
No bueno.
that's never a good sign.
Oh, that's why I mentioned it. Guillermo Jones finally getting a chance to rest after a long, hard night's work.
Well, I think he did a very, very wonderful job as a contender. I think he came in, he showed his mettle, he showed his jaw, and he certainly can box, and he certainly has resiliency. So we'll see more of Guillermo Jones. If he doesn't win a championship, he'll be back.
His first attempt at a world championship. Meanwhile, for Laurent Boundouani, his second title defense. 2-0 in world title bouts, 36-2 with 31 knockouts overall. Jones 22-1 with 19 knockouts. We are just about set for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, here are the score totals. Our judge at ringside, Nefi Quintana, scores about 115-114 for Guillermo Jones. Judge at the ringside, Jesus Cova and Bernie Soto, both scored about 114-114, even a draw. The decision is a majority.
See, that man's happy. He's happy. Two judges had it in favor, had a draw. One judge had it for Guillermo Jones. You know what I'm saying? Disgusting decision, but it is what it is. B-Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this fight, and let me know how you guys scored it. WBA junior middleweight title defense for Laurent Boundouani versus the #1 WBA contender, Guillermo Jones. B-Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Peace.